Imam Muslim, rahimahullah, he reports in the Sahih on the authority of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, who said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, إذا مات ابن آدم انقطع عمله إلا من ثلاث صدقة جارية أو علم ينتفع به أو ولد صالح يدعو له. The Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, when the son of Adam dies, his deeds are cut off except from three: ongoing charity, knowledge that was benefited, or a righteous son or righteous child that will make dua for him. And so here in this hadith, the Messenger of Allah alayhi salatu wasalam explains very clearly that at the time of death, the pathways to do good deeds are all cut off. There's no more possibility of putting forward anything good except from three ways. The first way is if in this life we were to perform some type of charity that will continue to benefit others even after our death, like planting of a tree and the shade will benefit people, or if we build a masjid, or if we were to donate, for example, a copy of a mushaf that is recited in the masjid after a person's death, or if we were to do any of that ongoing charity, the charity or the reward of that charity will continue as long as that charity continues to benefit. The second pathway, he said, was knowledge that is benefited, meaning that the person was to teach someone else something, and that person is practicing what he was taught, or that person who he taught someone else, or that person taught someone else, and that knowledge stays alive with the practice, then the person will be continuously rewarded for that even after his death. And the third pathway, he mentioned a righteous child that will make dua for his parent. In order to have a righteous child, the person has to raise the child upon piety, raise the child upon establishment of good deeds and the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In order for that child to make dua for the parent after the parent has died, and the child has to feel a level of connection with that parent, which necessitates there has to be a relationship, right? There has to be a healthy relationship between that child and the parent, and that's going to begin with the parent performing the duties of a parent as it relates to love, as it relates to nurturing, as it relates to being caring and concerned about the health and the well-being of the child in the child's entirety. Not just whether or not the child is doing good in school, or whether he has or she has food on the table and shoes on her feet, but also it is necessary to connect with them on an emotional level. Because if there's no connection on an emotional level, what is it that's going to drive the child to think about the parent after the parent has gone? What is it that's going to drive the child that instead of making dua for himself, then he's going to make dua for someone other than himself, someone who has no connection with at all? So this hadith shows us that it is extremely important for us to strive with all of our ability to perform as many good deeds as we possibly can. And then there should be a level of focus on good deeds that will continue to work for us even after we're gone. So ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us. May Allah ta'ala guide us. I pray that Allah accepts from us our good deeds and our righteous actions. May Allah forgive us of our sins and overlook our faults.